Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Demonicast here, and I have Logan from Eyes of a Killer with me today. So tell me, what's your role in Eyes of a Killer?
So what I do, I'm one of the vocalists in Eyes of a Killer, and one of the main songwriters. It's mostly me and Chris that write everything. So
Okay.
yeah.
And what's it like the creative process behind the songs? Is it like you start with writing, or do you start with like the soundtrack and that stuff?
So like it always starts uh with whatever guitar riffs we come up with.
Okay.
And then what we end up doing is we'll take our guitar riffs and we'll log it into Guitar Pro, and then we'll write drums around that, and then if we want any extra fancy stuff that
Yeah.
we tend to put in there, we'll put it in there just kind of like as an idea, and it never stays the same. Like it always changes. Like I can pull up Guitar Pro and I can show you what we got for even like Anathema ended up sounding way different.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
I mean, I Am Death ended up sounding way different. We didn't add anything into I Am Death until after we had recorded all of our parts.
Oh shit.
So everything in there was just like, this needs something, so we just go put it in.
Yeah, so like fine
So
tuning and all of this. Yeah.
mhm.
And how did you come up with like the band name and everything, like Eyes of a Killer? Um,
uh where did we come up with that? I don't know. We were shooting a bunch of names back and forth. We're just like, oh, kind of, I don't know. Because after we had made Left to Rot, we're like, ah, man, we need a band name. And what we were gonna do, we had this planned out way long time ago. If you hear screeching, by the way, that's my bird. I can let me see if I can. Let me see. Can you still hear me?
yeah, I can still hear
All right, cool. So, um, so our idea a long time ago was like we were just like, oh, we're just gonna write some heavy slamming music because that's what we like.
you. Yeah.
And we had this idea that we're gonna like we want the music to be super serious, and then like our stage stuff, we're like we just make it funny. It's just like who cares? We'll make it an actual experience. We don't care if it's funny. Like we had this idea of having one of our friends dress up as Jesus and come onto stage, and like we were gonna have like a whole backtrack skit and everything. Um, but after we had done Left to Rot, and we're like, okay, we're gonna push this out there. We need a band name. I'm like, I don't know what to use. So then we're like, well, do we want to keep our idea of doing the funny stuff, or do we want to keep it more serious? And we're like, well, no one's gonna stop us from acting like an idiot whenever we play live, anyways. So we'll just try to like keep everything serious.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think it was just kind of based off of that first song, Left to Rot. We're just kind of like, you know, like
Yeah.
that one was kind of based off of most of our stuff is kind of based off of serial killers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're like, well, Eyes of a Killer ended up being picked out of a list of like 80 things.
Oh shit. Oh. Oh. So a lot of names to choose from then.
Yeah, it took us maybe about at least over a week to decide on one. And I know even at first I was like me, as Chris came up with Eyes of a Killer, and I'm like, no, I think we can come up with something better. And he's like, no, but this one, like, it's fitting. I'm like, and I sat on it. I'm like, okay, I think, yeah,
I like
that's
it.
the one
It's
we're
a
going to
really
use.
cool band name.
Yeah. I mean, it ended up working,
Yeah, it
great. It's
fits
like
the
very,
music perfectly.
yeah, it does. So I'm like, yeah, onto something there.
Yeah. When did you like form the band? Was it like early 2022 or a little bit earlier?
Yeah, it would have been, well, let's see. I think we recorded Left to Rot, uh, I think around October of 2021. Because I had this idea. I'm like, I want to see how easy it is or how hard it is to, put out a single, do our own music video, just do everything. Like I wanted a full release. Like well, I mean, just the one song, but so like we had it recorded. We did that. We did our music video on like in the middle of December, and because I'm twisted, and we had a lot of outside scenes. I'm like, yeah, I want it to like be insufferable, and so we did that, and then like with that launch, it's like we did, just kind of dropped it, and it was, music video. It was, live on all streaming stuff. We had our web store up. It was just like, boom, we're here. But
what was I thinking about?
yeah, it was pretty
Did you
cool. I
know each
think,
other before the band? Like the band
yeah,
form? You were friends or?
yeah. Well, me and Chris are cousins.
Oh
So
shit!
yeah, but we're just kind of everywhere we go. We're like package deal. It's kind of funny. It's like we're best friends, so it's like he goes somewhere, I go too. So, but like it was me and him originally writing. We're just trying to do some slam, and we're just like, just kind of an idea. Had 8,000 demos for that, and we just kind of, I got him in on it. I was like, bro, I want to do this, and he's like, yeah, we should. I'm like, okay, we'll do it. See what happens.
So what's like some of the inspiration behind your songs? Like what bands have influenced you a lot and continues to do so?
So the stuff that I really like is like I just really love like brutal slam. I'm just like blast beats, stupid caveman riffs. That's my jam. So like extermination, dismemberment, um well, why am I just abominable putridity, like guttural slug, like that kind of stuff, and of course, like I also listen to like, Thyroid is Murder and like Cannibal Corpse is, a big thing that I listen to like every album they have. Uh, Suicide Silence, it's like all the classic deathcore, all the modern deathcore, it's like we even took ideas from Brand of Sacrifice. We're just like, we gotta try something like that. It's just
Oh yeah, Brand
like
of
it's this
Sacrifice
huge,
is one of the
yeah, it's a
best.
huge pool. Yeah, they are. But it's like, like I'll take ideas, it's like if there's like a slammy, caveman riff, there's a good chance that I came up with it. Um, and you know, Chris does too. He does really good at making some cool breakdowns. We both make cool breakdowns, but it's just, yeah, it's just a lot of like modern deathcore, classic deathcore, slam, good old death metal, kind of just do whatever we want.
Actually, speaking about Cannibal Corpse, what do you think about the Corpse Grinders like solo album? If you listen to it,
That is awesome.
I fucking loved it. It was sick.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I did
what?
I did because he was doing that like people can like donate to it, and like you get like some special stuff, like you get your name put into the CD pack, and you get like some stickers and some other stuff. So I put in like $30 towards that. So like I got my name in the special thanks in there somewhere, and I got a sticker that says "Respect the Neck." And
Yeah,
yeah, there's like it came with a couple cool things. It's just like sucks. I'm like, oh, I want to do like pay more, but I didn't have a lot of money. But I'm
yeah,
like, whatever. I got like $30. I'll do that.
yeah,
But that album, I was so like satisfied with it. It was just, I'm
yeah.
glad he did it.
Yeah, I used to like collect vinyls and shit like that, but
Hmm.
couldn't really afford to keep it going because it's fucking expensive. It's so
Yeah, it is.
expensive. Like some of the artists I just look like this is $80 for a vinyl. And I really wanted to
Yeah,
like It's so
yeah. I
fucking
do well. I like loosely collect vinyls. Like if I go to our entertainment place that we got here, like I'll go and like I'll see what vinyls they got, and if every once in a while I find something cool and be like, oh, $40. Well, it's the only one they got. I'm gonna leave the store with it. And I actually found one time was it? It was the original Pantera cover for, it wasn't Vulgar Display of Power. Um, oh, which one was it? So one's got well, the album cover now is it's like a concrete drill bit going inside of a skull.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but I think I know
Me
which one
neither.
you're talking about.
Yeah, but like it was that album, except the one that they had was the original artwork, which it was still that big drill bit, except it was in like some lady bits or someone's butt. So I was like, God, what a find! But it was like $60, and I was like, I don't got money.
Mm.
I was like, no one's gonna buy this. I'm just gonna, and then I go back like a week later, and it's gone.
Yeah, I can imagine because Pantera has a huge following. But was
Mm-hmm.
something with Pantera now about being like cancelled or something? I don't know what it's about, but I saw that
I
two
think
of
it's all
their
about Phil.
oh oh really? Damn. Yeah, I saw them.
Yeah, because
They
he
got
had that white wine incident.
oh
I think
yeah
that's what it's mostly about.
yeah I saw
I'm,
that
not- I'm,
they got cancelled in
oh
like two German festivals or something.
oh, yeah, they did. It's kind of weird,
Yeah.
but I don't know really why. I don't know why they're getting canceled, but I know why Phil is like, no one's like, oh, screw that guy.
Mm.
It was the white wine incident, however many years back.
Yeah, but about the vinyls, I think I have like almost like new ones. I don't know, but maybe like 100 or something like that. I started uh,
Dang.
I started collecting when I started listening more and more to like the heavy metal stuff, and
Hmm.
it quickly like just escalated. I was buying so many vinyls. I was like,
It's
oh, I
like an
got this.
addiction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah,
that's
like
why I
I don't
kind
have near
of
that much.
yeah, it's kind of like I'm kind of like taking a pause with it now at least because
Yeah,
yeah.
I have too. What was the last vinyl I got? The last one I got is we got put onto a Total Deathcore compilation for Halloween,
Oh shit, that's cool.
and yeah, it took a while to show up, but it's like I wanted the vinyl. Chris got the CD, and then I probably only got like maybe like 15 or 20 other vinyls, but it's like I don't go into town very much because it's like a half hour away. I'm like
Yeah, I have
bad
sort
traffic.
of some of my vinyls too. I actually sold all of my Ghost vinyls. I used to like Ghost a lot,
Hmm.
but I didn't really listen to the vinyls. So I thought like, yeah, could use the money for something different. So I sold. I think
Yeah.
I
See,
sold
I don't
them
listen to
for.
any of my vinyls.
Yeah, that's kind of like
It's like
why.
all the ones I got have full art, so I'm like, I'm not touching it.
Yeah, that's kind of like why I stopped too. Like I'm not giving them any attention at all. Like I just buy them and then
Hmm.
they sit in like a shelf or a bag or something like wherever
Yeah,
I can have
like
them.
most
So
collectibles.
so
Yeah, it's like mine are just like they're put away, but I'm like, I got them. I want to get the frames for them, but like I want the ones where you can have like the whole sleeve,
oh yeah
and then like the vinyl coming out too.
yeah
But it's like those are expensive.
oh
I'm
yeah.
like, and like if I got to get like 20 of them, like holy crap!
Mm.
Like I don't want to. Yeah, it take a while to get to that point.
Yeah, but I have
So
like
for
a
the most
lot of
part, put them away.
old vinyls too. Like I have
Nice.
my father's old collection of vinyls. There were like at
Ooh,
least 200 or 300 of them, and I'm like,
dang.
what am I gonna do with these? What? But
It's
there are some
something.
gems like some
Yeah.
Queen and David Bowie and stuff like that. I actually found
Nice.
a promo Jimi Hendrix that was worth like 100. I was like, oh shit. But
That's a
yeah.
good find.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago, like whenever my great grandmother passed, uh, we ended up with this huge box of vinyls.
Mm.
There was like the 10-inch ones, the 12 inches, all of them. And like we go through them, we're just like most like 99% of these suck. We're just like people we don't know. We're just like, It was like me, my brother, my grandpa, my dad, we're all going through this. And we're like, uh, we donate it, I guess, or throw them away. It's like sell them for like 4 cents because like no one wants them.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because I found the original soundtrack for Star Wars that I had that on vinyl. It was worth like $2.
All right, that it don't matter. It's Star Wars, so it's
Yes,
better.
yeah, exactly. All right, but back to your music. So, okay, need to sound back in. Fucking hell, I lost myself now. Fuck me.
That's all right. That's what happens.
All right, so we could go into like what else, like kind of hobbies and passions and stuff do you have like outside of music and work?
Well, uh, another thing that's it's mostly me that does this, but I do like homebrew wine.
Ooh, that's cool.
Um, yeah. Well, I mean, more specifically, it's mead, but
Ooh,
you know,
pure
I
Viking.
got it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like if you want to start doing like wine stuff, like do mead first. It's so easy. It's just honey's expensive, but uh I have a shitload of honey, and I got it for free.
Oh shit.
But yeah, like I ended up with 120 pounds of honey for free. So I'm like,
Ooh.
I'm going to use it. So yeah, and I was like, I got a couple gallons put away, just like letting it age. One of them, I'm like, I shouldn't touch that for a little while still because it's too good. And
Um, like, do you do
like,
different like tastes on the mead, like mix in different like herbs or stuff
mhm.
like that?
Yeah, like I've done one, like I call it a Christmas mead, which I mean it was just kind of like I made a bunch of like single like bottles.
Yeah.
I don't know how big what size they are, but just like bottles, like single like beer bottles, whatever. Um, and that was like I just did that. Like everyone got a bottle, so better enjoy it. And it was like there's cinnamon, clove, um, vanilla, nutmeg, like that, all kinds of good stuff in that. Like very much like, oh yeah, this is like Christmas. And like I did one with mango,
Ooh, that
and it
sounds
was like,
awesome.
oh, it was so good. Like that one was perfect for like say midsummer working outside all day and just kind of come home and have me a chilled glass of that. Like that was perfect for that. Our first one we added hops to it. That one
Ooh,
was really good. The one I got put away right now is it's mango and pomegranate.
ooh, that sounds awesome.
That one is really good. I want to make it again. Just I need more fruit.
But do you
This
are you
this one
gonna
I didn't
try
use
beer
enough.
too? Like making beer and stuff like that?
No, I got a friend that makes beer.
Oh,
Like we keep saying, I'm like, oh, I need to go over and we can make beer, and he's like, I want to go over and make mead. I'm like, yeah, let's do it, and then we keep forgetting. So like I talked to him like last week, and he's like, hit me up on Saturday. I'm like, yeah, okay, and then we
that's
didn't.
another thing I've been thinking about. How do you manage like time with the band and work and hobbies and everything? It must be really, really hard to like manage all the time.
So the first thing that makes it really easy is that I don't sleep.
Oh,
So, well, I sleep like 5 hours a night, and it's just I don't get I don't get tired.
hmm.
So like I go to work at 7:30 in the morning right now, and then I get home whenever I get home, and then like after that, I'm like, maybe I'm home. I can be like, well, I want to do this now. I have a couple hours before everything closes down, or like a day like today, I'm like, I'm gonna go run around in town. Um, but like with my current job, it's a little difficult getting that all worked out because I've been working 6 days a week for months
Oh
now.
shit.
So yeah, because normally what I do, like when everything was going like normal,
Mm,
like I mostly work from home,
yeah.
and so like I have like all day I can noodle around in guitar, I can do whatever as long as I get my stuff done. And then after like 5, I can be like, oh, like I'm gonna go over to Chris's house and beat the hell out of him for no reason, or I'll tell him to come over because I got an idea and we got to do it like right now, or else I'm gonna forget. And what we were doing for a while is well, this is before I started doing 6 days. So every Friday night he would come over. We would write. We just like sit down and like we got to come up with ideas. Sometimes, most of the time, it's like, we don't got a whole lot of good stuff. Like we can get some good stuff, and we just kind of forgot about it.
Mm.
And then, like once we got like songs going, like it'll be like Friday or Saturday night, and he's just like, we're gonna hit this. We're gonna take 4 hours if we got to. We're doing it. But I know coming up, actually starting on Monday, I'm getting a new job, so.
Oh yeah, you
I will have-
told me about you
Mhm.
were doing something with oil. Or-
Yeah, it's going into. Yeah, it's just calibration and stuff.
Okay.
So very clean for me.
So it's not
Won't
like
get dirty.
in that new Prime show, The Rig, when it's like on a
No,
fucking
yeah,
plateau
no.
and
I'm
shit.
like, I'm not going up onto rigs. I'm going up like to stuff that's already like done. Because around here,
Yeah.
it's all like natural gas. So like I'll go to these places, check some stuff. Maybe do a pressure test, and be like, okay, everything seems right. Hooks up something and type in some stuff onto a computer and go to the next one.
Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So yeah, and then like I should be getting like at least home at better times. Like I'll be kind of technically like working the same.
Mm.
I'll just be getting a lot better pay.
Oh yeah, I can
And then,
imagine that it's really good pay for oil workers.
Mhm. Yeah, they're starting me out pretty well, like basically better than I'm doing here for a 5-day. So that's good. And then I already got my whole February schedule, and it's like, oh, I don't see my name anywhere on a Saturday or a Sunday. This is great. So it's like, I know once that starts, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be able to probably do a lot more, because as it is now, it's like Saturdays. I'm like, I'll get home and like kind of beat, and we won't really do anything, or he has to
So
drag me out, and I'm like, I guess.
So are you writing an album now, or an EP, or what are you up to?
What I think we're gonna do now is we're still want to focus on doing some more singles. We got a couple of things, like we got some really cool song ideas that we're like, we need to do these. We were gonna head up to, well, we were thinking about doing like a 4 or 5 track EP, just heading up to Utah, and we're doing some stuff up there. But like, I guess his rates changed, or they had to go up, so we're like, well, we might not be able to afford it. But for the stuff that we're doing now, like I want it to be like I told Chris, I want this next stuff to be like our magnum opus. And he's like, well, we can't really do that unless we're up there. And I'm like, no, I want it to be our magnum opus, like the best of our abilities that we can do right now. Because we know if we go up to the other guy's stuff, like he's a producer too, so he's gonna like really push us to make some really good things. I'm like, there's gonna be better, but for right now, because I have huge ideas for some of this stuff, I'm like, we can do it.
Yeah.
We
But
can
yeah,
make
it has to be
something
very
really
expensive for like smaller bands to like produce and mix, and because there's a lot of costs involved. And making music videos can't be cheap either. Fucking crazy.
I imagine it's not, which is another thing. We do all of our own music videos,
Oh,
which was
shit.
kind of like which like was like the main thing with like once we started, I was like, oh, like left to rot. I was like, I want to do everything ourselves just to see if we can. And then, like, it turned it out, people liked it, so we're like, oh, okay. And then whenever Anathema came out, we're like, okay, we're gonna use a better camera. We're gonna we're gonna learn how to do some stuff better on the editing side instead of just kind of throwing it in there, kind of winging it. But yeah, all of our stuff right now, it's like we've done everything. Like when it comes to tracking, mixing, like I do all like the audio side, and then for I Am Death, Chris took over and did the video.
Okay.
And he ended up like, he's got a nicer camera than I do, so we're like, we're gonna use that. And he got this sick gimbal, and we used that on I Am Death. We're just like, oh yeah, this thing was worth it. It was like $500. We're just like, holy crap! But it was like, it makes a huge difference just having some like that. We're like, okay, this is cool. And then obviously for I Am Death, we had a full band, which for like Anathema and everything else before, it was just me and Chris. So like the videos look kind of funny because it was just us two.
Okay, so the band has grown now. So it
Mhm.
started out with you, and then you got more members now.
Yeah. So when we started, it was just me and Chris, and we're like, this is cool because like no one can tell us what to do, and uh, it's like like we have like ideas like what we can do with like socials, like as far as marketing and like videos and all this other stuff. We're just like, we can do this. Like we're not gonna have to butt heads with anyone and be like, hey, like someone's got to post like every however many days, or like someone's got to be in charge of this. It's like us, and we're just like we do all this anyways. It's like it's fine. And then we got our let's see, who was it? It was Dane reached out to us and he's like, guys, I want to play guitar with you guys because you heard somewhere. We're just like, cool, we love Dane. And then the T Dog, I think we made a post that we're like, hey, we need a drummer, and T Dog hit us up, and we're like, cool, T Dog can do it. So it's like me and Chris already knew Trenton. We didn't really know Dane a whole lot. Like we knew who he was. We've probably talked to him a little bit before. He's played in some other local bands.
Okay.
And we're just kind of like, bring it all in. We gave him the stuff, and like they just did it. So like even better. But
So are there a
that's
lot of like local deathcore bands and stuff like that where you live in New Mexico, right?
yeah, New Mexico. Our area, like we have a lot of good bands. I wouldn't say we got a lot of deathcore bands.
Okay.
Um, because I mean, as far as I know, like there's a lot of good metal bands. Like we got people that are making thrash metal, and then I'm gonna call it like dad metal, radio metal kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like there's this band. I always forget their name. I'm kind of dumb. Um, what are they? Something Hammer. I don't remember their name right now. I'll have to look them up. This other band we played with a couple times, and it's like their singer, like he has like two big drums he brings up and beats the shit out of them while he plays. It's like it's really cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then we got our buddies band. Who's theirs? I can't remember any of these guys' names. Oh, Heart Museum. That's our buddies band.
Okay. Okay.
Art Museum. They're not like deathcore, but it's like they're still really good. And we've known these guys for a while, and they act just like us. So it's like all of us can get together. We're just like, woo! We're gonna try to set up a show with them at some point. But yeah, there's a lot of good metal bands. Just not a lot of places for metal bands to play.
Okay.
Like the rest of the state has some really good bands too. Like down in Albuquerque and Santa Fe, there's some really good bands. But like up here specifically in our area, it's like you either got some metal bands that no one really wants to see because it's metal, and well, everyone, like there's a lot of people that love metal, but just no one that really wants to go out to the shows.
Yeah.
And then there's like country cover bands and blues cover bands and butt rock country bands. So, and those are always out, and like I can't really talk about them because like my brother's plays in a country
Okay.
band, or not a country band. He plays in a cover band, and like I go to their shows and I run their sound, and it's like we all get paid, which
Oh
is
yeah.
the big difference is cover bands get paid. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of music, just not a lot of places to go.
Do you have any local band that people really should take a look at, like deathcore wise, or like metalcore wise, or like
We
any
got Heart Museum.
art museum? Okay.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, and Chris he did a music video for them pretty recently too.
Let me actually take that up here and save that. Have to check it out.
Yeah, but
Art
like
museum there.
it's weird. Like I'm friends with all these different guys from like all these local bands, and I can never remember any of their bands' names. I'm just like, you played that instrument. And they're like, yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, I'm really bad with names and stuff like that too. I mean, just like
Yeah, it's a
I'm
curse.
yeah, I'm looking at stuff, and then I'm like, whenever like I'm gonna do something, and then I completely blank, like what the
Yep.
fuck am I even doing?
It's just, I don't know.
Oh
Brain going
yeah.
1,000 miles an hour.
Well, I have it in my head now. What's the story behind the masks you have?
Um, so mostly it's because me and Chris really like masks, and that's for the most part of it. But there is like a little. It's not going to be much of an inside thing now, but I was part of this, I still am, but I'm part of this Discord server. Like a bunch of us became really good friends, and like I made it a point and was like, I don't post pictures of myself, I don't post selfies. You know, everyone else knew what everyone else looked like except for me. Except for one person was like, I saw your face, and I was like, no, you didn't. And they're like, yeah, you got drunk and your camera was on. I was like, ah. But so uh so with them, you know, it's like no one knew what I looked like. Everyone was like, why aren't you gonna do it? Like I would post selfies in there, and it's like you'd see like this much of my head, and then it was like this idiot, or you know, like this, like boop, or like you know, see like a fraction of my eye, and then like the rest of the top of my head, and everyone's like, you know, it was a joke for a long time, and then whenever we were doing the left to rot video, I was like, you know, I also want it to be like a face reveal because like all of those friends are like they're very supportive. Like all of them knew like I make music and I've been working on this project. Like you know, a lot of them would be like, "Hey, get on. We're playing games." And I'm like, can't do it. I'm making music, and they're like, okay. Well, maybe if you're still on or you're on later or whatever." I'm like, we'll see. And it took up a lot of my weekend time doing that, but so yeah, that the left to rot video also ended up being a face reveal for them. So everyone's like, "Oh, we finally saw him." And it's like, "You did." And like, if you pay attention in that video too, one of those friends bought me like a cheese hat, like it looks like a cut of cheese
Oh
from a
yeah.
wheel, and it's like we stuck that in little places, like so it's like you gotta pay attention. It's like it's on the ground in other weird places, but there's like a cheese wedge in places in that video.
Oh shit, that's actually fucking
Just
hilarious.
yeah, we're just like. I mean, the other part with that video that sucked is we did most of that. We did the outside stuff, like I said before, like in the middle of winter, but at
Mm.
like midnight.
How
It
cold
was
does
like
it
it was like we're
get there?
um it can get cold. Like this morning, whenever I went into work, it was like 15 degrees
Okay.
Fahrenheit.
Oh shit, Fahrenheit. Oh,
Yeah,
then it's cold.
which is yeah, I don't know what that is for Celsius.
Yeah,
I'll
different
look it up real
letters.
quick. I'm gonna look it up because I want to know. So it's like minus 9.4 Celsius.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much as cold as it has gotten here this winter. We have had like some nights where it's been like minus 15 here, but that's as cold as
Yeah,
it's gotten. And now it's like autumn, spring weather here.
yeah. We
So
had some mornings. We had like 2 mornings where it was like the same here. It's just kind of weird because then in the summer, you know, it's like we sit around like 100 Fahrenheit, which what is
yeah,
that? Like 37 Celsius.
that's insane.
Yeah, it's just like there's a huge difference in temperature throughout the seasons, but it's like we see all the seasons, so it's cool.
Yeah,
It's
there
just
isn't
not
that much of
green.
a gap here. Like the maximum it gets on summer here, and that's if it's really fucking hot. It's like 30 degrees maximum, and then like
Yeah.
usually in
Oh,
winter
that's
it's
wonderful.
minus 10. That's pretty much how it is here. But it's got
Cold
been
enough for
getting
me.
it's been getting milder and milder here now too. It's like warmer each year almost.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's kind of been weird here. It's like our daytimes now are getting up to like over, well, let's see. So over 10 Celsius, like they're around. But then like nights in the mornings, it's still freezing and just, mm. But in like 2 months, like I'll be able to go, like I'll walk outside at like 4 in the morning wearing shorts and it's like, oh, it's good.
it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
Like living in different parts of the world and like even living in different parts of America, how the weather like differs. It's mental.
Oh yeah, it's wild.
And don't even talk about Australia. It's never fucking cold there. Never. Like what?
I've never been there, but I'll believe it.
No, like I've just read about it, but it's insane. It's never cold. It's like they have like 20-degree winters and shit. Like what the fuck?
Jeez. That's
Uh,
why their Santa's always wearing shorts.
but I don't know. I don't know if it's
Oh wait,
like in
no,
the
it's,
whole of Australia or if is in parts. But I know that some parts are like that. It's
I'm
mental.
gonna look it up. I'm gonna find the coldest places in Australia. Uh, holy crap. What does Google say? There's a place that's 1,755 meters above sea level,
Oh,
and
nice.
in New South Wales holds the current record for the lowest temperature observed in Australia at minus 23 C
Oh
in
shit.
1994. Like that's kind of wild.
That's really wild. Oh my god.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Like,
best
didn't
metal
expect
bands
that.
actually come from Australia. That's pretty crazy,
Dude,
actually.
some really good ones from Australia.
Oh, talking about Australia, I actually saw To the Grave last weekend.
Really?
Yeah, this last
Lucky.
Saturday. It was a
Oh,
whole,
I want to see them so bad.
what's it called? Mm, Festival day. So
Nice.
Enterprise Earth, To the Grave, Angel Maker, Shadow of Intent. Abbey Falls should have played, but Thomas got really ill and had to have
Hmm.
surgery, so he couldn't play. Then there were some metalcore bands too, but what a mental day! Oh yeah, almost forgot Humanity's Last Breath. That was one of the most
God,
crazy shows I've ever seen. Like the atmosphere
those
was
guys are sick.
like the atmosphere on stage was like, what is going on? Everyone was
Man,
just
I want to
standing in
see
the
them
crowd
so bad.
mesmerized. Like he was such a presence, Philip, which is the vocalist. He was
Yeah,
just like standing there doing this crazy like neck movements and looking up in his head and stuff. I was like, am I watching like
man.
Satan on stage? Pretty much.
Pretty much. God,
Uh,
that's another one I really want to see. Like, oh, like, was it? Well, I mean, like, To the Grave, Humanity's Last Breath. Last Breath. Like, I really want to see like Fit for an Autopsy too.
oh yeah,
Who was it? Brand of Sacrifice. There's like just there's so many that I want to see, and it's like I kind of can't get to most of the shows because they're either I usually got to travel kind of far for most of the shows around
yeah,
here, but I'm just like God, if they ever get close enough, I'm gonna make it to them.
yeah. That's like the same here, almost for me. Like most shows closest to me are like 3 hours by train or more, and
Hmm.
transportation is really expensive. And like the really
True.
good shows are often in Stockholm, which are like 4 or 5 hours away, which are even more
Oh
expensive to
man,
get to. And then it's
that
hotels and shit. So
you know
the expenses really add up really fast.
that is true. Yeah,
So
like I know whenever me and Chris went to the Chaos and Carnage tour, they had like Lorna Shore, Angel Maker, Distant, Suicide
mm,
Silence, Carnifex. That was a about a 3 hour drive for us, which is roughly 200 miles
mm,
down that way. But it's like that's the closest like big venue that we got around here. We got some smaller venues around town, or here I get like maybe like two places I think that can put on some, bring in some shows. Like Soulfly just came by like last week, and it's like, that's like 30 minutes away, but those aren't very often. It's kind of, they just, not a whole lot. It's hard to get them to come through, I guess.
oh yeah, I have like some shows this year that's actually coming really close to me. The closest is in Lund, which is like 10 or 10 or so minutes with train. And that's Meshuggah, The Halo Effect, Orbit Culture, which I'm fucking stoked to see. They are
Be tight.
mental. And then it's like some band I never heard before. Scar Symmetry. I don't know anything about them. So
I've heard of them. I know I've listened to them. Like they must not left a big impression on me if I'm like I don't remember their songs, but I know I've listened to them.
yeah, then it's another show that I'm really looking forward to is Ice 9 Kills in May.
Oh, those guys are tight.
I haven't seen them live. I think that's the first time they're coming to Sweden, actually. And the closest concert to me, the one that I'm going to next, is like 40 or 50 minutes away. That's is counting all the travel, so then it's self-deception. It's pretty much just, it's 3 bands that I haven't listened a lot to, but I take pretty much every chance I get to see a metal concert. I'm like, hell
Fair
yeah.
enough.
The
Nice.
furthest away is actually in Stockholm this year. It's like the same people that had this festival is having a festival in Stockholm, which is actually an outside festival.
Oh, nice.
And
I
they have
remember
released some of the bands: Lorna Shore, Bone of Osiris, Polaris, Landmarks. So it's a lot of cool bands, but they haven't really released that many yet. So I'm really looking forward for them to release more bands, since it's 2 days.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, it's a 2-day thing?
2-day thing,
Ooh.
yeah.
That's gonna be tight.
Yeah, I was dead after this 1-day thing, so that's gonna be interesting. My neck will be shot after 1 day. And it's the second day, it will be like limping in the ground, like, ah!
I'm so sore. Nah, it's like once you get all pumped up, you're just gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
Or you can bring some ibuprofen and
Oh yeah,
deal with it later.
that is definitely going to be a thing. Ibuprofen.
Yeah. It's gotta be. Like I used to always carry ibuprofen in my car, and then but I had it was the gel tabs, and since it gets hot down here, like I left them in there, and then I had a friend get in my car. He's like, "You got ibuprofen?" I was like, "I got some right here," and like open it, went to pour it, and this huge just like chunk of ibuprofen came out. I'm like, sorry, so I don't keep any in there since then.
All right.
But
But is there anything else in specific that you want to talk about, or should we just go ahead and listen to your latest single now?
We'll just do whatever. I'm following your lead.
All right, let's go then. Eyes of a Killer, go live. Here, yeah, it shows up. Man, I love this song. And just saying beforehand, when this is playing, I'm not going to be able to hear a shit what you say, because Discord, for some reason, lowers the volume of the microphones. Okay. So, yeah, let's just go and enjoy this fucking amazing song.
Word.
Oh, it's so good. Fucking awesome. Really love the vocals. So good.
We've outdone ourselves on this one.
This breakdown is so fucking crazy. So fucking cool. It's just mental. So fucking good, it's ridiculous.
This is our best breakdown, I think.
So fucking... Oh. Man. Woo. So good.
Yeah, like I think that's become all of our favorites after we did everything to it. It was like, oh yeah, that's the new favorite, because like, before we're like, yeah, left or right, woo, and then it was like this one, like, well, it was a lot harder, kind of. Yeah,
I really like the
heavy.
shotgun one. It's so sick. Just that.
Well, the shotgun part.
Yeah, fucking awesome. How do you come up with that? Like,
So my general rule of thumb is for making parts hit hard is you need to add an impact or an explosion somehow. Like you know, it's like you can find like explosion sounds or, you know, kabooms, like gunshots, like left to right. There's like 4 gunshots in there. It's kind of hard to tell. If you want, I can open up Reaper and show you this stuff in depth.
I don't know. How can you screen share that then, or how do you do that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Let's do it then.
Yeah, I just got to throw you up to a different screen. Let's see here. Might take a minute to set up. But...
Yeah, just 1 second. I gotta go fix something.
It mixes itself.
All right.
Good timing. I got my bean water. Let me make sure real quick that I got
Open a light
audio set up right in here. Oh, that's good. Oh, is it beer time?
Yeah, just a light here since I'm not working tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh yeah, let's have this up then.
You got any part? I guess I can show you this the gunshot part, which is these 3 tracks.
Oh shit. Okay. That's really cool.
So what I did with this is, so we actually, there's a riser, the gun cocking and then firing.
Yeah.
So should be able to hear it.
Yeah. Damn, that's cool.
So that's all we added to it.
Shit.
And well, for that part, I mean, we added a bass drop too.
But still, that little makes such a big impact.
Yeah, the little tiny bit makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's like, crazy how much of a difference it makes.
I love whenever I get to be like, check this out. It's like I don't think most people realize how much little extra crap goes into doing this. But like if this would sound so funny if it didn't have that. which I got it muted now. It's just like boring without it. You know, like even if we just had the riser in there,
Yeah.
like it's better than nothing, but it's just not the same.
Man,
So like impacts and stuff are what make it
that's really, really
awesome.
cool. Thanks for showing me this. That's actually a really cool insight to see and know about.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that I don't think people really realize. Like if I opened up left to rot, you'd probably see a lot more. We went ham on left to rot. Like this one is incredibly bare bones. I was just like, we got our guitar tracks, you know, like all of our extra stuff is all of these tracks
Oh,
right
okay.
here.
Yeah.
So like even like during those little chorus parts, this is all that is
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole song, it's like it benefits from it.
Yeah, it really does. Like, as you said, so little adds so much. And it's all of this
Yeah.
like tiny details that has to take a lot of time to get sorted too, like mixing and
Mhm.
producing and doing all of that. Like it adds
Yeah.
so
And then
much.
like even that last the very last breakdown, I have this whatever sample this is, like, and I have this one set up to hit with the snare, and then this other thing is just like the atmosphere to
Okay.
it, which is like if you hear it on its own, you're just like it makes sense. Like I don't know if like you could, I mean, you can tell it's in there in the whole track,
Mm.
but once it's like seeing it this way, you're just like, oh, okay. It's, yeah, so this is just all during that last breakdown.
Oh shit! You're right. What? Oh my god.
Yeah, even without this, it's kind of, you know, it's empty, but there's all kinds of things that go into it. And I actually think I'll open
Sheesh,
up
that's
Left to Rot
crazy.
because I'll do it anyways.
Yeah,
But
everything I get to see is just awesome. I'm loving
mhm.
this. It's
Then
really, really cool to get all
I
the
am
insights.
yeah. So I'm also working on doing some videos where I do like full like mixed breakdowns of these.
Okay.
Um, I got I do got the one left to for Left to Rot ready. I just haven't we haven't published it on YouTube yet. We're just
Okay.
kind of
And
we're
that's
waiting. We
going
got
on
some other things.
and that's
Yeah, it's
going
gonna
on
be on our YouTube channel.
your main channel.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but it's like I mean it's like a 40-minute video, and you know it's you know not really one of those things for everybody, but you know
But
it's
the people that's
there's
interested
some
will
yeah
probably appreciate it a lot.
yeah it's they will hopefully. Mute all this. I think that's all vocals, probably. But all the like this, I'm pretty dumb the way I did this because like I didn't color code anything like an idiot. Um, so like we did Left to Rot before we like I did presets and stuff on here. But Left to Rot starts out with a gunshot. I mean, that's a weird sound, but it's just gunshot.
Oh shit!
And then at like right here, there's a gunshot too, right when it comes in.
Oh
It's just
shit!
really fast percussive burst, and I think there's another one right here. We use a lot. Like I know that wasn't gunshots, but there is we just like we did all kinds of just wacky stuff on this one for all the parts. Like impacts, God, it's like you always use impacts, and then like there
Oh, that's a really sick sound. Oh, I like this.
gunshot. But you'll know what this part is. It's just went absolutely bonkers on it.
So cool.
And then I think even at the end here, whatever this. What was that? Oh, it's just some atmosphere.
Oh, that's creepy. That's really
It's
cool,
just like
actually.
we just went absolutely freaking bonkers with this. Like I think this vocals probably his vocals, but yeah, it's like this one went absolutely just bonkers with everything that we did. Even this part, these guitars, which this is guitar track for whatever this is doing.
Super cool. Damn.
Yeah, so much, and even like anathema, I can load up that one. Like no, I don't want to chase my changes. It's perfect. And I think this one takes the longest to load. I want to say I think this one is actually pretty simple. It's just had a lot of VST work in it.
Okay, okay.
And this is I learned since left to right. I'm like I gotta like start color coding stuff. But there's like I don't know what this stuff is. I think this is like risers and stuff. Probably more impacts. More impacts. Little fuss. Oops. More impacts. Whatever this is at the end. One thing here is we found this cool drum thing. Who we're gonna try to do it like on our normal drums, just like. Then we ended up finding this, and we're just like, oh yeah, that's the one we got to use. And it's these like those drums that you hear in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then with the rest of these effects that we hear in the beginning. Um this one it was pretty bare bones. Like this track and these two are more similar to what was originally written in our Guitar Pro when we were trying to plan it out. It was like this is just simple choirs.
I love choirs in metal. They are so awesome. Like
Yeah, and then
it
we
adds
ended up
so
adding
much.
yeah, it really like I'll throw choir at anything. I love choir. I
Yeah.
forget what this was. I think it was like a horn or something. Then there's so we got two different horns going on.
And this is a sick like a build up. So cool.
Yeah, but so Chris spent a lot of time working on just that drum part because like we had to like move stuff around and figure out how it works. And I just was like, ah, you go crazy. I'm gonna go eat snacks or something. And then I ended up doing a lot of work on to this track because originally this track was set up like this one right here. And then I was like, nah, it's too simple because I was like, we need variety in it.
Oh shit. This is really, really cool.
Yeah, and then we just, once it's all together, it's like this is these effects, and then that drum is the whole intro for Anathema. And it's like once it's all together, you can kind of like, oh, like now I can see what's going on there.
Really, really sick. Almost gives you like a Halo vibe.
Right?
Yeah,
And then
I played like all of the older Halo games. I did not like the new ones, but the older ones was my jam back in the day. Like the first Halo was probably the first game I've ever played.
yeah.
On my original Xbox.
Oh man, I think the first one I played was Halo 2, but like I never owned it, so I'd have to go to my buddy's house and play it.
Oh, Halo 2 is my favorite Halo game. It's just amazing.
Yeah. I think I spent the most time in the Master Chief Collection, because like me and my friends would set up, which is like we just put like, because you know how you can go and like and change all the stuff on whatever maps you want to do.
Yeah.
On the Master Chief Collection, and it's like we would go in there and like we just set up some complete fucking asinine stuff. Like we'd have like gravity at like 2%, and then like all weapons are like one shot, and it's just like, so it's like we'd be just like jump and you fly across the whole map, and like you get random guns, and it's like if you hit someone with a grav hammer, it shoots you straight up, and you just gotta wait to fall down, and it's just like it was completely stupid, but it's so fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, it's like it was a pain, but it's like it was stupid for everyone that wanted to play, and it's like we ended up making this game called Trundle in it, which is like during all of that, if since the weapons were random, if you were to get a grav hammer at the same time as somebody else, you had to call out Trundle, and then each map had different spots where you'd go and meet, and you'd have your Trundle, and you just run at each other and try to, whoever doesn't die wins the Trundle. So it was just
Damn, that's actually really fun.
that was a lot of fun. It was really stupid, but it was a lot of fun. Let's see here. Is there anything else you want to see in Reaper before I close it?
No, I think it's all good. Thank you for showing me this. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, so I think those little insights are cool. I mean, whenever I end up getting into doing more of these, I'm like, I'll end up showing off whatever plugins I use too, which we try to keep that like simple. I try to keep everything in that as simple as I can, so just to kind of like streamline it. So it's like I got it set up to where I just load this, this preset, like levels are already set, generally where they need to be. All the plugins are on the tracks that they need to be, and then that way just record and save time. Really,
yeah, must be a huge time saver to do that.
Oh my god, yeah, it is. Like I've done it before. Like I go through them, like, oh, okay, I'll set everything up here real quick, and and then it's like an hour later, I'm like, all right, I guess we're ready, and then like everyone's like, well, I kind of lost interest now. I'm like, okay, but now it's like 3 clicks, and I'm like, all right, what are we recording first?
Oh yeah, that's so much easier and time saving for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Sick shirt, by the way. That's some of your merch. Well, I'm guessing.
Yep, that's
really sick. I like the logo. Oh yeah, and it's big ass.
It's from the Anathema release.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but this is the softest shirt that we got. But
oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I think they're still up on our store.
Yeah,
I should look.
I will be sure to put the store in the description too. Any socials. So you can find them everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like we got I can't multitask. big. Do we do cartel? I don't know who we used to sell. I forget. There we go. But like on all of our stuff, we have a link tree also, and that has the links to all of our stuff,
All right, that's sick.
including the Discord, which I just slid in there.
Oh yeah, they are really fun on Discord. Be sure to join.
Yeah, we try to be. It's like you can, if anyone ends up joining, you get to see me and Chris talk shit sometimes. It's mostly me doing it to him, but
Yeah, like the first day I joined, I was like, "What the hell is going on in here?"
yeah. So like the Discord was my idea because we ended up seeing there's this guy on like TikTok and Instagram. What's his username? Like Bacon Bits. I think it's like bacon.bits. I'll find it real quick. I guess don't need to, but he has a bunch of like really good tips for people and making music and music industry stuff, And I was watching one of his things and he said, "Hey, if you're into something, odds are, all of your fans are going to be into it too." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that makes sense."
Yeah.
And it's like it's not hard to figure out that, whenever we're not doing music, we're kind of stupid. Because our socials are pretty funny. And so I'm like, that makes sense. It's because we do got, guys that'll send us stuff on Instagram and TikTok, and they just send us like the most, like some of the funniest shit that I've ever seen. And it's like, this is perfect. And then, but once I saw that guy's video, I'm like, it would make sense that, besides, everyone's probably being like, "Ooh, serial killers are kind of neat." And we're like, yeah, we make music with them. Like I realized, I'm like, there's probably a lot of people on there that like to game, all this other crap. So I was like, so I'm gonna set up a Discord. So, and besides that, like, even if it's like someone doesn't really game a whole lot, but they have Discord, then it's still a cool place. You get to hang out and talk directly with us, and it's like get the whole like community thing going. It was like all in all, I'm like, it's just gonna be like a win all around.
Yeah, it's fun with
music
to have a
sharing.
community.
Yeah, it's like I tried to set it up best I can. I mean, like as far as like all the channels and stuff goes, because like I got all the stuff that I figured most of everyone's gonna want to see.
Yeah.
Or partake in, like sharing music gear, because everyone's if you're a musician, you want to show your stuff. Put stuff for self promotion. If you do art, music, whatever it is, if you stream, link yourself in there.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just
I'll be sure to do that next time.
Yeah, absolutely do it. Because I was thinking of making a spot just for for streamers.
Oh yeah.
But
like I don't stream that often, but when I do, like sometimes I do album reactions, and sometimes I just do like requests, and sometimes I just like listen to some music, like I did last week when I was like before I was going to the festival. I listened to like one or two songs by each band that we're going to play.
nice.
And I was like just like a short stream. But it would be fun too. Like I said this to like Oracle Spectre too when I had him on here. But yeah, if any one of you would like to like hang out on a stream, do like a collab on stream or something, that would be cool.
Yeah, it would. Which is is another thing I was thinking of doing, was making an Eyes of a Killer like Twitch or something.
Yeah.
And then because like Chris doesn't play games, he's a loser, but I do. So I'm like, back to the thing. It's like if you're into it, your fans are too. And I'm like, and we did a thing on Instagram where I asked them like what kind of stuff like should we do like reaction videos, other this kind of stuff, streaming, and people are like, yeah, do all of it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Do all of it. Sure. That won't take...
Yeah, like someone was like, yeah, stream every once in a while. I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's a place where everyone can, we can hang out. We can watch me play bad video games. And, You know, I mean, it's basically more of the same stuff on that we can do on the the Discord, but like,
yeah, pretty
not
much.
everyone has Discord. Maybe they have Twitch.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if anyone still uses TeamSpeak. I remember those days. TeamSpeak, that was
No,
hell.
no,
Oh god, no.
I tried that once, and I was just like, I'm not using this ever again.
No, it
It
was
like, it
before
didn't take me very long
Discord
to
got
abandon
big.
it.
I remember you were supposed and then you had to remember the fucking password for the server. It was like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah, like I first tried using TeamSpeak in like 2012 because like I got Diablo 3 for my shitty little laptop, and I was just like, yeah, and I had some friends that were like, yeah, come play with us. I'm like, oh, okay. And then we tried to get TeamSpeak to work, and it's just like, we can't. And they're like, is it set up right? I'm like, I copied your stuff, and they're like, oh, I guess you're fucked. I'm like, eh. Okay, I guess. I don't know. And then it was like 2 years after that, I made me an actual computer, and I'm like, huh. And it was weird because it's like TeamSpeak didn't work, and then the two friends I played with were like, we use Skype, and I'm like, Skype's cool, I guess. I don't know. And then after that, I learned about Discord. I'm like, why are we using Skype? It's like, and I think Skype is like a thing that comes with Windows.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna search for it. Yeah, it's in there. It's in Windows. I can get rid of it. But it's like, I don't like no one uses Skype anymore. It's like Discord. If you got to do a thing with a bunch of people, like you got Zoom.
Yeah.
There are 13 other copies, but like,
Discord is just perfect. Like, it's so easy to use. Zoom was, I mean, it was okay, but if you want to talk to someone for like more than 40 minutes, you have to pay like a monthly fee for it. So
in Zoom,
yeah, you get
that's
like
dumb.
Zoom cost, what was it, like 12 or 13 something a month if you want to talk more than 40 minutes. So like
That's
last time I had a meeting there, it just ended abruptly because oh shit, less than a minute left. Okay.
It was like,
kind of sucks.
we'll restart one.
It's like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Yeah. Especially when you can just restart a meeting, like, directly after.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the fucking point? Other to be annoying.
It's just to be, yeah, well, I think that's probably why they're just like, let's just be a minor inconvenience. That way we can get whoever's hosting it to pay us $10 a month.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
just think
it's like
Discord is awesome. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I don't know well, Zoom is only for doing meeting stuff. I mean, I don't know. I've only used it once, but like, at least Discord, just like, oh, you got your 13,000 different servers and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You can have Discord Nitro. You get to use some fun emojis.
Yeah, that is very true. But yeah, I'm not gonna steal any more of your time. I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with us and talking and showing us all of that cool stuff in your program there. And
my pleasure.
Yeah, I hope to have you on a stream or something in the future too. And yeah,
that'd be cool. And
for the people watching, I want to say thank you for watching and hanging out with us and chilling. I'll hope to see you in the next cast. And
me too.
If you enjoyed the cast, be sure to leave a like on it. If you want to see some more casts and stupid reactions by me, do subscribe to the channel as well. I will leave the link tree to Eyes of a Killer in the description, and be sure to check everything of theirs out. And do join the Discord because they are utterly fucking hilarious.
We have
and
some
awesome.
There's tomfoolery in there.
Yeah,
we're all friendly. It's pretty non-toxic.
But yeah, thank you so much again for hanging out, and yeah.
Of course.
I'll see you in the next one.
Yes, you will. And then in Discord.
Yes. But yeah, this has been a Demonicast. Bye.